Psalm 42. This is a really famous psalm of David. And the context of this psalm is this: David is in the midst of a very distressing point in his life, a season of his life. And he yearns, he's yearning. And what he yearns for here, I think, is interesting. He doesn't yearn for deliverance, he actually yearns for the deliverer. And I think that's such a beautiful distinction. Verse 1, this is what he says. He says, "As the deer pants for the water brooks, so pants my soul for you, O God. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God. When shall I come and appear?" He's saying, hey, in the same way that the deer pants and longs for water, my soul is longing for God. When can I come before you? When can I see your face again? I just need to see your face. I know all this stuff's going on in my life, and it'd be nice for some deliverance, but really, all I really want is to see the deliverer. And then he goes on in that psalm and he begins to kind of recall the sweet times, the times when he had times of fellowship with the Lord and he was in his house, and he recalls it, and it fills him with joy and it fills him with hope. And then he does something really interesting. In verse 5, go ahead and look at verse 5, Psalm 42. He says this. He says, "Why are you cast down, O my soul? And why are you disquieted within me?" What is he doing here? He turns his gaze for a moment inward. Okay? And he actually speaks to himself. Specifically, he speaks to his soul. "Why are you cast down, O my soul?" Okay, so we know that we are a triune man. We are body, we are soul, we are spirit. We are made in the image of a triune God. We understand body and we understand spirit. Okay, our spirit was dead in trespasses and sin. We received Christ. We are made alive. Our spirit is alive, and it's going to live in eternity with God. Okay, but what is the soul? Well, the soul, friend, is our mind, our will, and our emotions. It's kind of like our personality. It makes us kind of who we are. Right? And in here, David speaks specifically to his soul. He's like, "Why you cast down, soul? Why you disquieted? Come on, hope in God." And what he's saying this. He says, "Soul, it's time to get in line with the truth. I'm trying to align my soul with the truth of God's word." Well, what is the truth here? The truth is this: hope in God. Hope in God, for I will yet see him. That's his promise. He repeats that phrase 2 times. Hope in God, for I will yet see him again. I will come before him again. I will enter his presence again. He will be with me. And so what David is saying is he's saying, I'm not going to let my feelings, my emotions rule here. Okay, it's so easy. When we're in difficult situations, we let our feelings and our emotions rule. He's like, I'm not even going to let my mind run crazy. That's the other thing we do when we're in hard situations. Our mind goes crazy. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. He's like, I am going to believe God's truth. Remember, the third part is the will. He's like, I will yet see him. I'm aligning my will with the truth of God's word. And friend, that's what we need to do more of that in our life. Instead of letting our emotions run wild and our mind go crazy when we face a difficult situation, we need to remind ourselves of the truth of God's word. We need to speak to our soul and say, no, get in line with the truth. And if you will do that, friend, if you will do that, the peace of God will return. The peace of God will return. So I pray that you do that today. God bless you.